So you just loaded your utilization down by 10 points by increasing your limit. So every 6 months, every single person that's running in a mastermind with us, every single person that's going through this should be calling and increasing their utilization every 6 months without waiting. So Jay, what are you going to do? When's the last time you increased your credit card?
A year.
A year. Get on the phone today. Okay. As long as your parameters are met. Okay. Get on the phone today, asking for a credit increase. Asking for a credit increase. What's the worst they can tell you? Guys, here's the best part about all of this. What's the worst they can tell you? No. Okay. It's already no as it is. When I do work, right, and I'm going over and I look at my cards, what I do is I sit down every single week, I have an Excel sheet of all the cards, and then I go through each one. I'll go through Chase, I'll go through Bank of America, American Express, I'll go through everything, and I'll write the limit, write the balance, and then I have a code, and I'll start to share some of the stuff as I make it. Some of the stuff is just very mundane that I've made that I don't want to give it to you guys. That it looks stupid, but it's just an Excel sheet. But and then I have a thing of what the percentage is that the card needs to be at, and then what the percentage is that I wanted to be at. So first and foremost, no card should ever be over 30%. I say conservatively 27%. Why? If you push to the cap of 30, right? The bank is going to look at you as a high risk person. They're going to look at you as somebody that doesn't know how to manage your spending, doesn't know how to manage things that you're doing. And because oh, Mr. Minter's here. My buddy, Mr. Minter is here. At the end of the day, when we're doing what we're doing and we're growing what we're growing, you want to have all those numbers in tow. So you want to have everything that you can see. So if I have $10,000, and Jay, I want you to come off mute. I'm gonna be talking directly to you because this one's directly pointed at you. So you and I are gonna do math together. We're gonna go over this, and I really want to make sure you understand this. So if I have a card limit that's $10,000, what should be the maximum number that I spend on that card?
300.
That's 3%. We can spend maximum is 30%.
1,000.
3,000.
No, 3,000.
3,000. That's the maximum you want to touch. You don't want that card to ever pass $3,000. Now, if you put 3,000 in your head, you're going to get yourself in trouble. Why do you get yourself in trouble? Because that's the max. You don't ever want to hit that cap. So what I'll say, you'll do 27%. Why 27%? So you have a little wiggle room. So what is that? You got yourself an extra, what, $300 to play with. God forbid anything happens. So make sure you got that $300. So what's 27%? What do you think? 2,700, right?
2,700.
Perfect. So now, when you're going to the bank and I have $2,700 on a $10,000 limit card, and I go to them, I have to lower my utilization. Why? Because I want to get funding, or I want to go get a mortgage or something. How do I do it? Every 6 months, picking up the phone, I'm calling the bank. I call the bank or I message into a live chat line. Do not run it through their automated system. I call the bank or I message in on a live chat line. And what do I do? Hey, I would like a limit increase. What is the limit increase that I would like to get? They'll always ask you, what is the amount of money that you make? That stuff. FYI, guys, here's a little hack to this. Household income. That means everybody in the house. How much everybody in the house makes. So what is that? Oh, excuse me. What is that? Everybody, okay? Everybody that makes, say you have 4 people in the house, you make 50, your spouse makes 50, your kids make 50 and 50. That's $200,000. So you put on that card, the household income is $200,000. Not incorrect. I want you to understand that. That is not incorrect. That is you understanding the question that they have posed. The question that they are posed as, how much money does your household have? So, Jay, not giving, how many people are in your house? Let's do that.
5.
5. Perfect. We're going to use 50,000. So your household income is 250 grand.
Yeah.
When you ask for a limit increase and they ask you how much your household income is, $250,000. Now, you didn't lie, you didn't defraud, you didn't do anything incorrect because now you put the household income. The annual household income is $250,000. That's your take home. When you do that, the bank is going to review all the statements, go through everything. Boom, they're going to increase your limit. So with this specific card and the picture that I went over the other day, what had happened? I did that. I did my household income. I did me and my wife. Okay. Did I minused all the BS out because we own a business, we don't have the expenditures come out. So I just did the gross. I minus the expenditures and I did the household income. And then I was talking to the lady and I did it via live chat. I couldn't, it was like 11:30 at night. Whenever I posted it, I did it that minute. Um, I live chatted her in, I put all my numbers in, I did everything. She asked me what I want my limit to be. Okay. So now, stupid me, I should have said 10,000. I should have said 10,000. Okay. But I wanted the limit increase to show you guys the limit increase. So I was preparing for the mastermind for today to show everybody the limit increase for today's mastermind. And when I got there, um, I got to 7,500. I doubled what I had. I was like, what? Sweet. But what happened? 2 weeks before I did the automated system, I put in all the same numbers. I put in all the same information. Denied. So explain to me what's the difference. Different is a human always has the ability to push something through where a system has its parameters that need to be met. Don't go to the system, go to the human if possible. You get better instances to get that limit. When I pick up the phone or I type into I'm dealing with a human behind the thing. Yes, maybe they've been punching in a bunch of keys, but at the end of the day, to do that, okay, to do that is what caused us to be where we're at, right? So now let's go over here. I want to bring this up and show this picture here. Where'd it go? Jay, you liked it. Where'd it go? I do want to bring that picture up. And I explained to you what the effect is that has as well. Oh,
They wouldn't ask for proof of income, would they?
if they ask for proof of income, okay, you could grab everybody's information because it's household and send it. But you don't ever want to put an astronomical number that you cannot prove. You see why I said it's household income? It's not your personal income. They don't ask you for personal income. If they ask you for personal income, then you have to provide proper personal income. I will not give you any tips, tricks, or hacks that are illegal in this group. I will not tell you to put something that is not true on the file, because if I tell you to do something that is not true on the file and you get audited, you're going to come and say, Ali, well, you told me to do that. No, we're going to tell you to do what's right. Because now if they ask you what's your household income and you provide all 5 people's information, you're never going to get in trouble. You'll be like, look, we make $250,000 together. Oh, okay. Because it gives you the ability to have somebody to fall back upon. Okay. And that's what you want. Now to lower, um, utilization down on other cards, it's the same thing. You want to lower utilization on other cards the same way. But here's the thing. This doesn't work if you're overextended already. So everybody's like, look, Ali, I'm at 60%. Is this going to work? No, it's not. Because you already told your bank you're not good at managing money. So because you're not good at managing money, okay, they're not going to give you a bigger limit. So when you're at that under that 30%, and they see that you're holding $2,700 and you're picking your payments every month, okay, you're doing fantastic. They think, okay, he's not over leveraged. He's not, we're not going to get in trouble with him, this, that, and the other thing. Now they bump it up. Now, look, I want you to understand something. You go up $5,000 on 10, your utilization was just quote unquote cut by a quarter. So that utilization goes down to like 21, 22%, if I remember correctly. And let me do my math because I like to do actual live math. Uh, let's see. 15,000, not 15,000, 2,700 divided by 15,000 is what? 18%. So you just loaded your utilization down by 10 points by increasing your limit. So every 6 months, every single person that's running in a mastermind with us, every single person that's going through this should be calling and increasing their utilization every 6 months without waiting. So Jay, when's the last time you increased your credit card?
A year.
A year. Get on the phone today, okay? As long as your parameters are met, okay? Get on the phone today, asking for a credit increase. Asking for a credit increase. What's the worst that they can tell you? Guys, here's the best part about all of this. What's the worst they can tell you? No. Okay, it's already no as it is. But if they increase your credit, Jay, what's one of your limits? Give me one of your limits.
1,500.
1,500. If you are, and we're not saying that Jay's maxed out. Let's say Jay, you're maxed, you're not maxed out. What is it? What's 30%? You're gonna be 30% of third, would be 500. Say you're at $400 on that card, right? And they add another 1,000 to that card, which is almost double. Now that 30% drops down to 15%. Your credit score is going to jump. This is the game, guys. It's not about the fix game all the time. It's about the build game. It's about building at the same time to grow. It's about growing your credit to a point where you need to be. Jay, what do you think the minimum amount of money on a credit card that you need to have a company fund you? What do you think the minimum amount of fundage is?
Repeat that again.
What do you think the minimum amount of your usable credit is to get funded? There you go. That's a better question. The better phrase question.
Usable credit.
Mhm.
I don't know that one.
Okay. So the minimum amount of money, your balance that you have to have across all your credit cards, the minimum amount to get the right amount of money has to be $5,000. So how many people have a $5,000 plus credit card in here? One? Hit me in the chat. Somebody talk to me, whatever. Give me something. So if nobody's got a $5,000+ credit card in here, I have a lot of work to do with you guys. I have a lot of work to do with you guys. And this is not anything bad against anybody. This is work that needs to be done because we need to get you clean. We need to get you started, and we need to get you to a foundation of at least five. That $5,000 credit card is the building block to the next level. And to get to to build that building block up is the next thing. So Jay, today, what I want you to do is exactly what I said. And if you get 5 today, I'll be extremely happy. I don't know what your utilization is, But if your utilization right now is under the 30%, okay, get on the phone, call them, whoever it may be on that line, whatever card company it is, tell them your household income is, do exactly what you need to do, get that there. And if you get to the $5,000 mark today, I want you to post that in the group. I want you to post that in the group. That's a big win today. That means we have one less person that is unfundable. And that's a big win. We have one less person that's unfundable. Because now the whole game of what we're doing this for, and everybody type it in the chat, come off of mute, tell me what it is. Why are you fixing your credit?
Start a business.
Start a business. What else?
Capital.
Capital.
Refinance my mortgage.
Refinance a mortgage. So everybody wants a form of money. Everybody wants a form of money, whether we're starting a business, we're refinancing our house, we're getting capital, we're doing something, we want money. FYI, you know why I fixed my credit? You know why I fixed my credit? Because I wanted this. I wanted this. I wanted this. This is what I wanted. So everybody that wants a business, I'm the person that you're looking at it. You're looking at it. You're looking at what happens when somebody puts their mind down, their nail to the grindstone, their hand to the grindstone, and they start pounding what needs to be done. But you gotta know what to do and how to do it. Every 6 months, everybody in here, what you gonna do?
Ask for an increase.
Perfect.
I have a
Every
question though. The last
so
time I tried to ask for an increase, I got a hard inquiry.
sometimes they do that. Sometimes they do that and want to make sure that your credit is
Okay.
straight. What company did you go with?
I want to say it was Discover or Capital One.
So I want to tell you guys, everybody in here, do never get a Capital One card. Capital One is the worst company to get a card with. Okay? I'll be straight with you. I'm a product of Capital One's uh bad business. Okay? Be honest with you straight between the two of you. I will never use anything from Capital One. Jasmine, I will tell you why. Okay? I will be straight with you why. Capital One has its own internal collections department, which means if they have their own internal collections department, you cannot get rid of a collection the way that any of these places do it. Why? Why? This is what people don't understand. Why? Because you can't ask it. They didn't sell the debt off. And if they don't sell the debt off, you can't do anything because they own the debt. So they're not going to be like, hey, look, we own your debt. So all the tactics and everything that you know does not work with them. So Capital One users, any Capital One users in here, get away from them. Get away from them ASAP. Run and run fast. Run and run fast. Okay? Um, that's the reason. Go with major banks. Capital One is not a major bank. Anybody know the 5 major banks? Or you guys want me to hit it? I want to see if anybody's took a guess. I have given it. I have given it a couple of times so far in the mastermind. Does anybody want to give me a hint on that on the major banks? Go for it, Chris. I see you come on
Chase,
mute.
Chase, TD.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so Chase, Bank of America,
Attaboy.
Barclay,
Nope.
Chase, Wells Fargo,
Attaboy.
um,
Bank,
Where?
what?
Citibank.
Attaboy. You can't answer. You can't answer. You work for me.
I'm
I'm
cheating,
really sorry. I'm gonna mute my mic now.
bro. It's cheating, bro. I'll take that credit. I'll take the credit for that though. Citibank and fuck. I'm sorry, man. I don't know the last one.
So it's interchangeable between US Bank and Bank of America, American Express. Okay.
Oh, Amex is a bank?
Amex is a giant bank. It's one of the biggest banks. It just got okay. Don't get it twisted with bank. Amex is a bank because you pay them money every single month for them to lend you money. Okay. Now, Amex is also a fintech bank. Okay. So they actually have bank accounts and savings accounts. So anybody that doesn't know that, I just taught you something new, but they don't give it out to nobody. They give it out only to existing members. Okay. So now, what's my thing with Amex? I'm not even going to wait for anybody I would and again, this is not legal advice. Please do not. I have to record these. These are going on YouTube. I have to record this. The disclaimer. This is not legal advice. Do not do this. I'm not telling you to go do this, but I'm giving you the thing of the severity of how it is. If there is one company that you do not want to be blacklisted by, it is American Express. I would rather you rob a bank before you screw American Express. And I've said that before because Lou's laughing. Okay. And I'll see you.
So can I
Go
ask you a
for it.
question about
Go,
that?
go for it.
I didn't mean to cut you off, but I have fucked up credit with them before. They've given me a second chance, and I think I may have fucked that up too. Yeah, bro. So yeah, I'm just being completely transparent. So I have credit with obviously through my wife's card. They wouldn't let me even be an authorized user on her shit.
Yep. Oh yeah. Because you messed up. You
So
messed up.
is there any way to fix that?
Call him back.
Okay.
Call him back. Call him back. Guys, so here's the thing. Chris,
Yeah,
you're gonna let me segue into this next one. I'm gonna put you on the spot over here. If you're not uncomfortable answering something,
at all.
please just say I'm uncomfortable answering something. But we're
Okay.
gonna be real here because of what I'm gonna ask you is gonna help everybody else. Okay?
Okay.
Why did you mess up Bank of American Express? What happened?
I I charged too much in 1 month, and then it just went like it got to think times got tough, and then it was just the interest just kept killing me. It didn't feel like I was paying anything. I was just paying fucking like 20% every month, and that was just going to nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, bro.
So I'm gonna teach prevention now. Okay? Because what happens is people don't you realize utilization and prevention is key. Okay? First and foremost, Chris, I'm going to say this and you're probably going to agree with me, and I'm not singling you out, but this is what happens. American Express is not one card that you overutilize. Chase is a card you overutilize. Bank of America is a card you overutilize. Citibank is a card you overutilize. Wells Fargo is a card you utilize. American Express was always meant to be a charge card, which means you made the money, you paid it back at the end of the month. They just moved over into the credit game, okay, which they're giving people credit. Now, let's change the thought process. How many people have fallen under hard times, right? And the first thing that they did, it's like, F it, I ain't paying my credit card bill. Too many. Too many. Okay. Here's the problem. Here's the problem. We think of our credit card as an extension of our paycheck. And people do not realize that is the worst thing that you can possibly do. Hello, got sued by Capital One. I did the same shit. I was caking it, caking it, caking it, caking it, and then I hand out this yellow form and it says, "Bitch, you've been fired." And what happens? What happens? Can't pay your card. Can't pay for your card. Can't pay for food on the table. Can't pay for anything. And what did I realize in that moment in time? What did I realize in that moment in time? Instantly, my life changed and turned around. Now, I only live and spend what I make. If I don't have it, I don't buy it. If I can't afford it, I don't buy it. These people, and I want to tell everybody here, okay? I want you all to think about this. Rent a center, car loans, mortgages, uh, What else? Um, everything today. Carla. What's the other one? There's another company now that does that. What are they all doing?
Default.
They're all extend. They're all extending you money that you don't have to buy things that you don't need. That's the truth. They're all extending you money to buy to extending you money to buy things you don't need. Now, don't get me wrong. There's people that are buying food on their cards. They're buying things like that, and I completely understand that. I was one of them. I had no job, and I was using my credit card to buy food, to put food on the table. And at the end of the day, like, I was begging at some points for food, but
Oh,
this is go for it.
sorry. They I don't know if it's an extension of American Express, but they did let me back in with Credit One that has an Amex Credit One. It's charges as it has a,
It's not. It's just the card is powered by American Express. It's not.
but
Credit One is just its own bank. It's out of Las Vegas.
I
I'll go.
thought okay, so obviously I'm gonna call back and beg them. Is there like a smaller amount that I can get like a prepaid type of Amex to build up credit with them? Is there any
Call
option?
that. You need to call them because they don't have prepaid. Because American Express was never built on that. They were built as travelers. They were built as American Express travelers checks. They were built as all of the stuff to be for people that were making money. They're at that top tier. There's only two cards in the world that are super top tier. JP Morgan, I think it's the JP Morgan Platinum card or the advanced card or whatever it's called, and then the American Express Centurion card. When you have that, that means you have another echelon and another type of person. You
Gotcha.
always have to make sure of that. Okay.
Oh, so I'm gonna figure something out. You can think of any ways to make that,
I
connection.
don't have anybody in there American Express, but I could ask.
All right, I appreciate you. Last, I do have a question that you may be able to ask. So, one of my clients, just that I signed up today, I've been fucking tearing it up with clients, but this one guy that I got today, um, he has he doesn't have a passport, but he has an identification card with his old address, and he has a bill, a utility bill with his new address. Would that make any difference?
It's gonna it. They're just gonna verify the old address, so it's gonna be a pain in the ass. So at the end of the day, what you want to do is focus
So,
on the.
so, so before he starts, should I make him change his address? Like,
It's not about changing an address. If you can get an ID card with the proper address that he has, yes. But it's gonna take 3 weeks for it to get here. So you're gonna start for 3 weeks. Just get him rocking, get him in the system, start putting him out, and then next round change that. Get the social security, the passport if you can, like I told you yesterday.
can start that way first. Do you?
So going back to what I was saying,
Gotcha, my apologies.
yeah, no problem. Going back to what I was saying is when I was in that situation, here's the thing, like when you're putting food on your table and then you start racking it up, you racking it up and racking it up, and all of a sudden you're like, what the hell just happened? What the hell just happened? You're there and you're like, oh my God. And you're taking jobs to pay whatever bills that you possibly can, and you just lose it. But here's the thing. I didn't realize, I didn't know at the time, and I'm giving you guys the real sauce, is I was actually playing right into their hand. That's what they wanted. And you heard it directly from Chris. You didn't hear it from me. You heard it from him. Every time that he was paying his bill down, it just seemed like it wasn't moving because that's the whole point. It's not meant to move. The interest is supposed to be so high that it's not meant to go down. And because it's not meant to go down, oh, super okay. Oh, it looks like they did the legal name on several documents. Did all the fields. Okay. Uh sorry, one of the biggest important things that I'm preparing for 2025 is they just emailed me for. So you guys are about to get hit with some craziness that's coming. Everybody in the mastermind group will be the first one to feel it, especially the ones that are working with us on the printing side. You guys are going to have something happen that has never been done before. It is literally going to be crazy. So, going back to that, they want to keep you in the trap. They want to keep you in the place where you cannot get out. And what are they doing? They're making money. So, what do I want to call this? This is legal loan sharking. I said it, and I don't care, and I know this is going on YouTube. That is legal loan sharking. Credit repair companies, not credit repair companies, credit card organizations are legal loan sharks. I have no problem saying it because it's the truth. 30% APR. 30. I got one today. I got a raise on another card that's at the house. 35% APR. What are you gonna tell me next? 50%? What are you gonna tell me next is gonna be 50%? So here's the thing: going through this stuff, you guys are seeing this, and you guys are getting hurt by this. But here's the thing: we don't ever get to that point. How do we start good habits? We start good habits by not spending what we don't have, not buying what we don't need, and not being brainwashed into something that thinks that, you know, I read something the other day. I'll say this to you. Okay. I know I got one girl in here, so I don't want to single her out. I got two girls in here. I got two girls in here. Okay, so I'm not singling the girls out. Let me ask the guys, because there's more guys in here today. Okay. How many times have you bought yourself something you absolutely didn't need? A TV, a cell phone, a computer, something you didn't need. I'm going to use technology for right now.
Maybe 80% of the time.
80% of the time. Jay, what do you have? How many times for you, buddy?
Every day.
Bro, I don't need, I would say 90% now that I feel better.
Oh God. Lou, how about you?
I mean, he took the cat out. He took the cat out the bag. He said 80. I was gonna say 85, 90. So listen, he took one for the team. So I'm gonna rock with that.
Facts, I could rock with that. It's a
So
fact.
when we do that, and here's the thing, it's actually a marketing algorithm that's been put in place. And when I tell you this, you guys are you're gonna be like, are you freaking kidding me? It's been a marketing algorithm that's been put in place between all the stuff that we do that makes us feel like we need to have all this stuff that we don't need. Okay? It's very hard to break this scene. Who put it into place? The biggest of the biggest companies put it into place. You know who I'm talking about? I'm talking about the Louis Vuittons, the Gucci's, the Fendi's, the Burberry's, Polo, basic companies that only were literally the rich brands at one point. Now you see everyday people walking around with these brands. Why? They put it into your head in a marketing ploy that you were nothing until you owned their brand, until you owned what they had to sell you. And now, all of a sudden, you see people going out and buying $800 pair of sneakers for no reason. And I sat there and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, shit, this is weird. It's the truth. You see this happening all the time. How did I know this? I just read a freaking book that was talking about it. Or well, a little op-ed, okay? That was just talking about it, how they changed the freaking world over marketing plays. Okay? You're every day you're sitting on there, you're watching somebody sell you something that you don't need. Now, why is that? Why are they doing that? Because we need to feel good about ourselves. We do. We need to feel good about going to work. We need to feel good about the mentality that we're in. How do we get out of it? We learn that we don't need what they're pushing. And then what we do is we focus on our true necessities: food, water, housing. We do this for a little while and we build good habits. Once we build good habits, it's okay to every now and again to spoil yourself. Don't get me wrong, I do it too. I do it too. I'm not gonna say that I'm the king of not doing this, but I've done this for a while now. I've done this for a while now when um I focus on what is needed and I watch my spending. I budget like it's going out of style. And I always budget 30, 30, 10. 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 10. Okay? Anybody know what that breakdown is by any chance?
No.
Okay. 30 is my expenditures. 30% of my assets and everything that I do is my expenditures. So, phone bill, home, heating, car, all that stuff. That's 30% of what I make. Okay. Then the other 30% instantly into savings. Okay. Because you need a rainy day fund. How did everybody get into trouble before? I guarantee you, if I ask this question, everybody's going to tell me the same thing. They never saved a freaking dime in their life. Now, Chris, you got into trouble with American Express. How much money did you have in savings?
It was I didn't have anything in savings. I had money in my bank account, but that it was all together. So like my checking account didn't have the savings. Like it was just yeah, I had about 30, 40 grand, but none of which I delegated to savings. It was all
So you had
in
30,
one
40 grand of play
bank
money.
account.
That's what I call that. That's play money.
Okay. Well, yeah, it was. I'd never separated. Now, for the last, I think, 3 months, like, and I'm sad to say it, but for the last 3 months, I take 10% of everything I get and throw it into my savings. Like, no
Bravo.
matter what, yeah, no
Bravo.
matter what I get, I throw it into savings and don't look at it. I pay that bill first. Like, that's for the bill to me first, and 10%. No, I read Richest Man in Babylon. So after that, I actually started acting on it. I read it a long time ago, but never actually put it. They said that's the cure to a slim purse. Out of every 10 shekels you get, you put one, pay the first shekel to yourself, and you'll no longer have a slim purse.
Well, I'm gonna teach you how to split it up now. You're gonna have a very big purse after I'm done with you.
I don't want a purse, but you know what I mean.
You know what I mean.
I don't.
You know what I mean. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, I'm not gonna put anybody else on the spot over here, but Chris,
Yeah,
you were the one.
I'm
Thanks for
cool.
being a good sport about this. Honestly, thank you for being a good sport about answering. Here's the thing. I did the same thing. I had all my money. I saw at that point when I got into trouble, I had like 70K in one bank account. That was it. That's everything that I earned. That's everything that I saved. I was a miser at that time. I saved as much money as I could and just kept putting it away and away and away and away and away. But I didn't spend. I'd spend like $200 a week. So at the end of the day, I spend $200 a week, but I'm spending whatchamacallit. I'm spending out of my check, I was only spending 20%. So at the end of the day, I had like 80% going in. I didn't have a car because I was gifted a car from my business, from the business that I was working with. So they paid for car and gas. So my expenditures were really low, and I was 22 at the time. So I was young. I wasn't married. I didn't have kids. I was literally living the life. So what I did was I just saved everything because my dad was like, just save everything. Okay, no problem. Nothing wrong with that. You just do what you got to do. But then I learned this 30, 30, 30 rule. Well, 30, 30, 30, 10. What is this? 30 to bills, 30 to savings, 30 to investments, and then 10 to play. What is that break down to? Okay. So let's flip it outside of its head. You want to go out. You want to have fun. You want to go buy the bag. You want to go buy a TV. You want to go anything. That 10% count, it doesn't matter what you go buy with it. That's the only amount of money that you're allowed to spend. Okay. Now, that 10% account you use with your credit card. You spend whatever is in that 10% account with your credit card. You earn your points with your credit card. You earn your cash back with your credit card. And then you pay it off with that 10% account. So now that 10% account can never be depleted. Okay. Because if you're only spending the 10% that's in that account, what happens? You still have 20%, God forbid anything ever happens to you, that's over covering in savings.
So just so I got this clear, so I missed the last two. I got, so the formula is 30, 30, 30, 10. I got expenditures, savings. What was the last 30? Exp-
Expenditures, savings, investments, and then play account. Give me a second. Let me see something.
and play is 10, right?
Play is 10%. Yes.
Got you.
Play is 10%. Okay. Um, there's people making an astronomical amount of money, and I see this. They're making 100,000 a month,
Unheard.
where 10% is $10,000. There's people that make 4,000. It's $400. But that's the whole point. If you don't spend over $400 a month, if you're making 4,000, then on play. This is on play. Okay, it changes what you have. Now, what happens is your investments grow. As your investments grow, okay, it brings more money to you. Okay. And as it brings more money to you, your top fund that comes in grows higher because now you're putting 30% into the investments. So as your 30% keeps growing and growing and growing, I believe in getting dividend stocks, growing businesses, buying any of that stuff. So you have more money coming into the pot upstairs. Okay. Now all of a sudden you trickle down more and you keep trickling down like a waterfall and it keeps growing and growing and growing, and then that 10% spend account becomes $100, $200,000, $300,000. People tell me, is that possible? It's absolutely possible. I seen it with my own business partner. My own business partner went from one piece that where he's had he gave himself 10% spend account with like $3 in it at one point, and then what happened? He shot up in 6 months to having a 20% play account. A $20,000, not 20%, $20,000 play account. Because what did he do? All that stuff, like Chris said, you put your shekels away, you put your money away, and now you have money to do off of this, you have money to do off of that. He started wheeling and dealing again. When he started wheeling and dealing, he bought himself a dealership, and after he bought himself a dealership, he went back up, okay, dumped the money in, going and going and going. And he used to tell me, he goes, Ali, I'm never afraid of any job. I will do anything that will pay me. Once, because all you got to do is get paid enough and have decent credit to be able to pull out a loan and buy whatever you need. Again, you just got to get paid enough to do enough to buy whatever you need. Once you buy a cash flowing business, game over. Game over. Don't stop working. I still work a full-time job and I have a cash flowing business. I still work a full-time job. When I get my next cash flowing business, that's when I will think about lowering myself to part-time. And then when I buy another one, that's when I will lower myself to a few hours a week. And then from there, when I buy the last one, that's when I will lower myself to no time. Everybody thinks, oh, go quit your job, do it, you gotta get in. Look, I agree with certain people, but if you gotta eat, right? Some people cannot survive on that stress. They can't. And some people thrive on it. Now, I did the throw everything at the wall and hope it sticks and works. Yeah, I failed miserably. I'll be the first to say it. I failed miserably. I threw everything at the wall. My God, man, I was just taking it and throwing it. Just taking it and throw it and hoping something stick, but it didn't. It didn't. It absolutely didn't. And because it didn't, I had to reevaluate everything that I was doing, go back to work, go back to doing what I needed to do. And then after I reevaluated that, I started making money. I got settled, paid my bills down, I paid my debt down, I paid everything that was going down. I got everything established again. Then I started building up slowly again. Okay. I did this. Okay, how can I help you? Because here's the thing. Once you find somebody that's got a little money, the biggest key in their life is, how can I help you? And you'll be like, what the hell does that mean? Go to a person that has money and ask them, how can you buy their time back? To buy their time back is the biggest key to earning money, because you will then tell them, I can do that for you, and go do the hard work for them and take a percentage off of it. This is like, I have a guy right now who's doing something called commodities trading, right? He's not trading, he's actually physically trading commodities. Like, he will go to the rice factory, right? We'll go to the rice factory and see how many bags of rice he can provide for the guy that needs the rice. So he will do that for that person and save that person time. Now I know we're not really on credit, but we're talking more about like businesses and growth and all this stuff. This is the key to getting up to that next step, is getting your time back, and watch, you'll be paid handsomely. So everybody that wants to make a move into something they don't know, just start with what you're good at. And if talking's what you're good at, talk to people. I have an employee that came in today. The reason he got hired by me, not because I needed him, but he came to me and he turned around and he goes, look, said this straight. Look, I can't offer you anything. I was like, what? I can't offer you anything, which means I can't bring anybody through the door. But what I can do is I can get you to have your time so you can go get more people to come through the door. I went, what? Like, it 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 messed me up, but then I got it. I'm gonna be the best employee that you have inside of the office to handle everything. I'm gonna watch everything. I'm gonna be your eyes. I'm gonna be everything. So you can go in and do the thing that you've been neglecting to do because of that. So what did he do? He let me buy more time. He let me buy more time because I can't be here and out there doing that. I can't be here recording a video with you and doing my mastermind and somebody not watching in the store. So once he did that, that gives us to go forward. So be prepared to do that for yourself. Because once you see somebody that's successful that you can do that for, everything's bound to grow. I promise you that. So a little bit of a tangent. Okay. Yes, Chris, you got another question.
Yeah, so I don't know if you're talking in this mastermind about how to run your credit repair business, your
All right,
credit.
we'll get there.
Okay, you aren't. All right, cool. I just wanted to ask a question. I'll wait for you to get there then. I'm
Mhm.
actually gonna jump in the car and I'll put you on my phone, but I just wanted to ask a question about that.
So why don't we segue into that? Why don't we segue into running the credit repair business and getting the businesses started? Why don't we do that? And
I didn't want to take
then
it. I'm gonna be here. I just wanted to make sure, you
yeah,
know, I asked
I
that.
I
Yeah.
did want to go into that because your question yesterday on how much to charge people was my biggest thing of one I want to touch, because a lot of people here have a hard time figuring out what they should charge people when it comes to this credit repair business and this credit repair model. Um, this is not 2 letters. This is not 3 letters. Some of you have letters going out. Jasmine, how many letters did you have go out this round?
Was it 8, I
8?
believe?
I thought it was more. I thought it was like 18.
Yeah, 18. You're right. You're right.
Yeah, I thought it was like 18. She had 18 letters go
Yeah,
out.
because we pay everything separately.
Mm-hmm. Jasmine's doing her own credit repair, 18 letters. So now, if she has 18 letters for herself, and she paid a hefty bill, but she went and did mail with tracking. If it would, and she's doing it for herself, she knows what her expenditure is, but she knows what her expenditure is leading to. How do you turn that over into the business to make sure that the business people that you're charging, okay, make sure that they get the best of what they need? You have to make sure that you're prepared to charge them a hefty amount. Why? It's not because you got to make money or the thing like that. It's because there is a giant cost that comes with this. Then you have to make your money. Okay. Here's the thing. Let's do regular letters, no mail with tracking. Okay. Regular letters, no mail with tracking. What's my average cost? My average cost for with standard mail with no mail with tracking Average cost is between $50 and $80. Okay. Now, how much does a GA cost? Guys, give me somebody come over here. Tell me how much a GA costs.
A lot. I mean, I'm not sure. You were telling me yesterday it was a lot more than I expected, but definitely worth it.
How much does a GA cost? Who out? Who can get me?
Like 40, right? Like
Attaboy,
40?
Jay. Attaboy. Attaboy.
Oh, GA. I
$40.
thought you meant a VA. Sorry.
No,
I thought you
no,
meant
GA.
a
GA.
GA. My bad.
General attack.
Oh, general.
$40 for general attack. So if your letters cost $80 plus $40 for attack, and that's round one, right? It's only going to go up because anybody that's been in the system with us and has gone through the mastermind, okay, and I'll go over it in the thing. I'll go over the software in a few minutes. Knows that when we do this and um we do the software, that 40 goes up. The letters go up. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I lost my train of thought. The letters go up. Every single round, your items go down, your letters go up. So why do they go up? Because the negative items go down. Because credit repair organizations and the bureaus know if you're a credit repair organization instantly. Instantly. They could tell by the letters that you get out. Okay, let me ask this question. How many people got stall letters so far?
Me.
Okay. Jasmine got stalled out. Jasmine, you got stalled out this round?
Not the second round. I haven't received any responses yet.
You
But
should
the
be
first round I had what,
they
two
sh
maybe
they
two
should
star letters.
you should look at Pennsylvania, but Pennsylvania should be there. Pennsylvania has been arriving in a day and a half. Go look at your TransUnion letters. Make sure they got into
Oh,
the thing. They should be there already. I told you we changed the new
okay.
mail. The new mail should be there already.
Mm, yes. Okay.
So,
I'm looking now.
I think you went out 2 or 3 days ago. You should be delivered to the PO box. No issues. So
How long does a mailing stay pending? I see I have this one, it still says pending. So what would be the reason for that?
where did you add them?
It's about, I think about 3 days, 4 days ago.
You added that. You sent them to us,
Yes.
and it's pending.
It has been pending. Yeah.
Who is it?
I got an email. I mean, I got a text saying, it was, like being, it's just processing, but it's been like saying that for like 3, 4 days.
Who is it?
The last, you want me to text it to you? The
Yeah,
name?
text it. Text it to me privately.
Okay.
Text it to me privately. You guys gotta understand. I run 4 monitors at all times. So just because again, I could stop it over here in 2 seconds and look that up. If John was in the room, I would have John be like, "Yo, bro, go look." But John had to step out. He's got a couple calls that we got coming in. That's why.
I am in the room and I'm looking at right now.
Where did you? I didn't even see you. You're like a thief in the night. You're coming in and out quick. So, Jay, message John. John will get that, whatever it is. I want everybody to know here right now. All invoices are done. You have to sign the mail order form. If you don't sign the mail order form, it doesn't come to you. So if you, Jay, in this case, if you don't get an invoice from us and it still says processing, I have a feeling that the mail order form isn't completed, which is okay. Just let us know. We'll send you the mail order form.
Yeah,
2 seconds.
so I know what is that. There's a client when Carthon and he
No,
haven't
no,
paid for.
no, 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 no. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Please don't tell me on live. Thank you. Okay. This is not a discussion like that. Thank you.
Okay.
So Jay, that's something like that. Just reach out to my team quickly, and my team will get it handled extremely fast. And if you're in the mastermind group, just hit me up. Just tell me, hey, look, X, Y, and Z person has been invoiced or whatever it is. Please just get that over to me. Get that over to me. And what I'll do is I'll get with the team. I'll have them send it to John or anybody else that's on the invoicing team that's working that day. We'll get them all handled and all out immediately as quickly as possible. So business. Let's go back to the business real quick. Okay. Money. If it's $120 for a file, standard file. Okay. How much does people think? How much do you think you should charge? Chris, don't answer this because you got masterminded yesterday. So no, you quiet. How much do you think you should charge? Wow. Quiet is deafening right now. Lou, you got one for me?
Tell me the question one more time.
If client expenditures, so your total cost is $120 to manage the client's file for 1 month, how much do you think you should charge?
Uh, uh, two 240.
You'd like to double the payment. Perfect. Now, let me ask you a question. If I said that was round one, we know what happens with us. I taught you the sauce last week, and I know you were here for that. What happens when we get to round 8 and that bill goes to 190? Okay, I'm just throwing out numbers. You still gonna charge a 240?
Round 9, round 8, round 9,
Eight.
round 8. I'm trying to think what we talked about last week.
Oh, we're gonna have to go super mastermind. I see it. Hold on.
No. No, you know I am charging her. Yeah, I'm doing this. I'm doing the same work.
You are doing the same work?
I mean, well, if things are knocked off, which they typically are by round 8, I'm not doing as much.
Oh, give me a second. Where is my system? There it is. You're not doing the same work? You are doing the same work? Really? I don't think you're doing the same work. I don't think you're doing the same work. What the heck is going on with my system right now? It's not letting me in.
So would it be a flat rate or a monthly rate
You can do. I'm gonna teach you how to do that flat rate right now. I am gonna teach you how to do that flat rate right now. How to do the monthly rate if you need to. Okay, I'm gonna teach you right now how to do it. Give me 1 second. I'm just logging into my screen and I'm gonna teach you. So when we go in the attack profile over here, I'm gonna share my screen and let everybody tell me if you can see my screen. Did everybody see my screen? I'm gonna make it bigger so
Yes.
everybody can see
Yes.
the actual writing. There we go. Is that better? Does everybody can visually see that? I'm assuming that's, I know it's still yes. Okay. So here's the thing. So I'm gonna select my sample client over here, right? Now, Lou, I put you on the spot, so you're gonna stay on the spot. Okay. Blast Furnace 1, MPEP, which is my software, right? Okay. We're gonna do MPEP and the rest of the software and rest of the softwares. What do we see here? What do we see here?
We see that 6, 3, 6. We need the 12, 12, not 12 attacks, but the focus will be 12.
So we're gonna put that as 5. So that means that there's 12 letters that are gonna be created, right? And how many items are gonna be in each letter?
That's where I get lost. Is it 3?
10.
10. Okay.
On the first default attack. So Jay, I don't know if you've been here for this. I'll explain this. I'm gonna get in depth over here. Be prepared. If you get lost, ask questions because this is gonna drive you up a damn wall. Okay. This is the nit and grit of the software. This is how people don't understand the system. This is where it takes you to blow up in this system. So right now I'm going to show this to you. Okay. Very simple, very easy. In the software, the first round is set to unlimited, 10, unlimited, unlimited. Okay. What does that mean? We're going to send an unlimited amount of letters to the credit agencies, Experian, Equifax, or TransUnion. We're only going to include 10 negative items in each of those letters. Okay. We're going to send an unlimited amount of letters, attack letters to the other credit reporting agencies, and we're going to send an unlimited amount of numbers to the data furnishers. Okay. That's what that means. Okay. Well, we don't want that. Okay. Because let's see what happens. This is round one. I want you to look here in this green and blue side, and I want you to look down here. This is the thing. Ready? Let's go to round two. Tell me the difference. Tell me the difference. Somebody hit me. Hit me with your first shot. There's no wrong answers here.
The difference is the amount of letters in the focal point. It went from a more conservative in the beginning to having more of a separate attack, and then also the maximum number of items attacked on the 3 credit reports went from 10 to 8. I was waiting for somebody else. I'm sorry.
Attaboy, Lou. Attaboy. So what happens is as each round goes, the aggressiveness is going to change from what's going to happen. So eventually, at the end of the time, and I'll show this to you, I'll break this down. Everything's going to shift from blue to green. And this number is going to go down each round. So it's going to have a shift as well. Okay. So what I want you guys to see is how quick it shifts. Let's go to Blast Furnace 3. And if you're in Phenom, this is Indemnity. If you're in GOAT, it's GOAT Combo 1. Any other softwares in here? I think that's all we got. Okay. Now, what happened? Jay, I'm not throwing Lou back on the line. Jay, that's you. Talk to me. What do you see different?
Yes. I see more letters, but what gets me is at the bottom. Now I see one recording says leave it at default. Then another time it said it's unlimited. So which one would that be?
Hold on, I didn't hear you. You had too much noise in the background. It was muffling your voice. What'd you say?
Um, I understand when you move into the green, it's more letters. But then at the bottom, should you always leave that at default and then count the letters and go over the number?
Wait, just wait. Don't worry about what you've been taught. Forget about everything that you've been taught. Just worry about what I'm explaining right now, because I'm going to screw you up first and then I'm going to fix you. So what is different? What is different about this from last round?
Like some more green checks.
Good. What else? I ain't letting you get off that easy.
Just more letters. I mean, more, it gets breaking down.
It's not just more letters. That's the thing that people don't understand is, okay, is this over here, okay? This is, yes, this is more letters. So what is this? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and then this is 6. That's 21. This is 21 letters in total, okay? But that's not it. You know what it is here? It's the negative items. The negative items went to 6. Now watch this. Jay, I'm gonna call on you again. I'm gonna skip from round 3 to 5. You're gonna tell me what the difference is. Why? Because round 4 is just default. Okay. I'm gonna skip from 3 to 5. Or you know what? Let's go to 4 so you can see it. See? Everything is in default. Okay. So now let's go to 5. What's the difference?
Look like of course it's more aggressive as you go up, but you said you could go more aggressive, still start at round 1, and you'll have more letters, like breaking it down to like what the blue is like a overall and the green is like each particular item. Would it be? Okay.
Here's the
All right.
key. Ready for this? Jasmine, Jay, Lou, Chris, all you guys.
I'm sorry.
Chris, we learned this yesterday. It's okay. I know you're busy. I know you're busy. I'm just calling everybody out, name out. Look.
Yeah, I know what to do. You taught me, bro. I love it.
All green, right? But here's the thing. This is round 6, Jay. This is round 6, Lou. This is round 6, Jasmine. 3. Why would they put 3 in round 6? Why would they only put 3 negative items in round 6? I love the loss for words. It just makes me happy. Loss for words over here means you guys have no clue. I want to tell you something. When I figured this out, I was lost for words as well. Why would they wait for round 6 to put the most aggressive attack? Now, the first thing that popped in my head, stall letters. But let's be real here. If you're going the most aggressive way, they're not going to stall out every letter. They're only going to stall out one letter. Whatever first letter is on top of the pile, they can't stall out everything. So what are they doing? What are they doing? And then it hit me like a sack of bricks. They're getting through all the positions to give you a little bit so that you guys start getting to the point where you can go aggressive right off the bat. Okay? If you don't know to go aggressive, you'll never go aggressive. But if you know to go aggressive, you'll go aggressive right from the back. So let's do this. I go to 1 right from the jump. And you'll see, I always tell everybody, turn this off and start turning everything on that screen. Well, I know this file like the back of my damn hand already. Boom. I think that's everything. Okay. I know that's everything. The 7 check marks on this account, but we'll go over how to get this. So what is this? What does this break out to? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. I put 21 over here. But here's the thing. I do not wait for round 6 to go aggressive. I go right from the start. And I make my own letters more aggressive. Now, what happens? If you do it like this and you go, Lou, this is not Lou, Jay, this is what you were talking about, default. There's 2 ways that this should be. This is either default or this is 0. You never want to send this junk out. Okay? This is default or 0. Again, you never want to send that junk out. That's junk. That's garbage. What is that garbage? That garbage is those creditor letters that they send to the creditor to let you know you're coming. You're not letting them. Let the bureau do that. That's their job. Their job is to manage. Their job is to manage those files. Okay? Not your job. Their job. Their job is to manage those files. Not you. Okay? I know that for a fact. Okay? Any questions? I'm gonna take I gotta take a 2-minute break just to get a breather over here. I'm not gonna go any, but any questions right now while I gotta catch my breath. Wow, this quietness scares me sometimes.
We're just taking it all in. I can't wait for this replay. I need to review this replay so the next pop quiz.
Yo, Lou, imagine how it feels being John. He gets quizzed on this shit every day.
I wouldn't want to be in John's seat. I'll tell you that right now.
No, not many people want to be in his seat. Not many people want to be in this seat because the guy, I'm that person that's like, no, you got to know it. I'll make sure you got to know it. So, sorry, I just got to catch my breath every now and again. Nothing bad. It's just I get too excited, I get too wound up, and it's like makes it hard for me to breathe real quick. Zyra, you've been quiet. I know we did this yesterday, you and I, with Lola. Are there any questions on what I just went over?
Oh, hi. Yes, so for the first part, we were talking about the credit utilization, how to lower credit utilization, which actually this is not really a question, but it's a good thing that you were able to talk about it because we also have clients who are, of course, it's a requirement for funding. to lower your
Mhm.
utilization by 30%. So
Mm-hmm.
being able to share those strategies or hacks or tips on how they can lower. So in the event that they ask us those questions, they would ask me, because of course I personally respond to all of them. I
Mm-hmm.
have something to share with them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So are you asking me to give you more hacks and tips, or are you asking me to go over the utilization lowering down again?
Oh, it's okay. I'm good. I'm thankful for the gems that you shared about
Oh,
how to lower. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
apologize. I was like, I don't. So what are you telling me?
I said I don't have any questions. I just want to share
Oh, okay,
what I
beautiful.
got from what you talked about.
And look, that's basic. That's basic teaching. That so the first thing that you should do when you're looking at a client's file, okay, just to give you an idea, when you're looking at a client's file, you want to immediately start to look at the utilization of a card immediately. Now, I'll talk to Lola. Tell Lola when she gets a chance to get in touch with me. I want to show her my software. Okay, I'm gonna post the link in the group today. I'm gonna show her my software, which helps with funding. Okay, and then
Okay.
I'll tell her how it works. It'll be a beneficial part for you, and I'll show you after I'm done with this. That'll help you be able to get a person to funding
Hmm.
by quickly looking at this software. Because immediately you can see what the utilization is.
Oh, okay.
You can see what the pay down factors are. So if a client has zero pay down factors and zero utilization, then you have nothing to worry about. But if they
Hmm.
don't, then you have problems. Okay?
Okay, perfect. So again, it's a software for that would help us check for the
It's
utilization, right?
software for funding. It's built
For
for
software for
funding.
funding. Okay.
Yep. Tell Lo
All right.
tell Lo to give me a call and I'll explain it to her when I have a chance. Um,
Okay. Got
okay.
it.
Now, back to it. And you know when you take that breath, that thing is just to get to where we are. It's crazy. It's just I'm also honestly, I want to tell everybody here, just a quick pause. I'm thankful for every single one of you to take time out of your day to come in here, to bring questions, to spend your day or afternoon with me. You know that you could be elsewhere, but you're here with me. So I just want to tell you all thank you. I appreciate every single one of you. I appreciate the printing that you do with my wife, or anything that you guys do with us. So honestly, just appreciate every single one of you. JSO, come off mute. What's your question, buddy? Talk to me. What's the number, baby self? So I'm gonna go back into it again. So at this point where we're at this junction, okay, once we put everything in, I counted my green boxes. I put 21 in the first box. I move it to the most aggressive piece. We moved it for round 6. Okay, you can go round 6, start at 3, and then go default, default, default. Okay, then you hit next, and you would run. Now, let's count this client's file, okay, and see how many letters will come out. Now, I'm gonna do something special for you guys. How many people want to learn how to dispute inquiries in the software properly? John, can everybody hear me? Am I on mute?
Yes,
Yes, I do.
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear anybody. I didn't see the chat, nothing. I was like, can they hear me? Okay, check this out. Show you guys something. I'll turn all this stuff off. I'm gonna teach you guys something over here. When you turn all this stuff off, it's gonna stop you from looking at anything. But I just want inquiries. I want to focus on inquiries. I don't want no personal identifiers. I don't want this other stuff. But this is gonna show up. But I just want to focus on inquiries. Let's go next. Let the system generate. Let's go over here. Okay. Fantastic. Okay. So the first thing that we have is the bad inquiry over here. Now, what I do when I set up a file, I come over here, I click hide positive item. I get rid of all the greens, and now we're just going to focus on everything that's negative. As you can see, all this stuff in the back is the negative items. All this brown stuff is inquiries, and there's the purple missing here because we don't have purple. Personal information. I also turned off public records, so there's no public records here. But this is how you dispute an inquiry properly in the system using the secondary bureau method. Okay. And what is the secondary bureau method? Okay. Now, this turned on data furnishers. Okay. We have it here. This has got a data furnisher. This has got a data furnisher. We don't want to send anything to the data furnisher. We want to send to the secondary. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut this off, turn this back on. Let's get there so that it doesn't say unlimited. Okay. I'm going to go here again. I'm going to do inquiries. Okay. We're going to turn this off to default. Okay. And we're going to hit next. Okay. Ow. Okay. One second, guys. Okay, perfect. So I come down over here and I go to the first inquiry, right? And now you see, oh, it still has it on. What the heck is going on here? Okay, whatever. We're gonna shut this off. I'm gonna shut this off. I'm gonna do hide positive items again. Okay, I'm gonna go down to the first one. I'm gonna shut this off. I don't want that. I don't want factual data. All I want is I'm gonna hit include all three bureaus. So now it has the check marks on all three bureaus, right? I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna select Innovis, LexisNexis, and StateStream. Why? Those are the three secondaries that hold inquiries. Those are the three secondaries that hold inquiries. FYI, LexisNexis is owned by Experian now. They handle their bankruptcies. I did a video on it the other day. John, do not use this. Don't ask me any questions. Hold your questions till after the class is done, please. I don't need you asking me questions. I need people who are paying us to ask questions. Jay, go for it.
Then that the round has already been sent off. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
should you wait till the second round to hit the inquiries, or could it
I'll
be
be
done at
honest
any
with
time?
I'll be honest with you, Jay. I'll wait until after all that. So I'm gonna break this down just a little bit. A lot of people like to do it all together. This is how they get these astronomical fucking bills that they're doing where it doesn't need to be done. So this is way number one. This is how you dispute it in the software way number one. Okay. Number two is call over the phone, which a lot of people could do. I have a list. I think in my free Google Drive, I think I have a list for, let me see, for the call. My drive, free docs, check boxes, here, three bureau inquiry. I'm gonna send this to everybody in the thing. This is how you remove it off of whatchamacallit, off of the bureau with a phone call. And it's got some of the numbers and stuff like that. I'm gonna include the Google Drive again. I'm putting it in the Mastermind group for everybody. Okay, so you guys can go over it. And what happened is, get that free call one. It's the three bureau 24-hour inquiry deletion. Start there. Okay, and then whenever you don't get off, remove it in the software. The reason that we're doing it this way is I don't start here. This is only 55 points. A lot of people want to get inquiries off. They got 30 inquiries. Get on the phone and call them. Get rid off the phone. Spend a few hours. Get rid of them off the phone immediately. Get that stuff done. And you'll come back to doing it in the software. Because what happens will, in the software, you're going to drop those inquiries from 30, 40 down to 10 or 15. Makes it more manageable over a lengthy period of time where you don't want to deal with 30 or 40 because here's what happens. On the most aggressive attack, and let's see if you guys understand this. If you have 30 inquiries and we're doing it on an attack, how many letters is just 30 inquiries? Somebody take a guess, except for John. Come on, I need a guess here, guys. I know this.
90.
Okay. It's the opposite of what you. Okay, take that math and flip it upside on its head. You did 30 times 3. Take 30 and do 30. Do 30 divided by 3.
Oh,
Oh crap.
Oh.
John, go answer that, please. That's the call I've been waiting for all day. The guy calls me now. So, Jay, 30 divided by 3 comes out to what? 10.
It'd be half. It'd be half of that. 15,
10.
10.
Yeah, 30 divided by 3
When
is
will
10.
you round it up?
No, you don't round it up because it's 30. It's 30 individual inquiries, right? And when we click include all 3 bureaus, if it's a total of 30 inquiries, it's still got to go to all 3 bureaus. So you take the 30, you divide it by 3, and when you divide
10
that,
each. You got
yes,
10,
it,
10,
it's got 10 envelopes, 10
10 envelopes,
letters,
yeah.
10 letters, not 10 inquiries, 10 letters with 3 items in each letter. Okay?
Gotcha.
So now I want to put this guys into perspective for you. I'm gonna give you the basis on how this works. It's about $2. It's almost $2, and I rounded up to the nearest change. So you guys to figure it out. It's about $2 for every letter that goes out. So 2 times 10 is what?
20.
20.
20.
$20 for each bureau. That totals $60. They total $60 per total $60 just to send out inquiry letters. That's not including your negatives items. That's not included anything else. That's just your inquiries. Is that worth it? For 55 points? Is that worth it for 55 points? I want to hear. I want to hear. Let everybody be real with me. Is it worth it for 55 points?
Yeah.
$60 for 55 points is worth it, Jazz? You think that?
A 55-point increase?
Yeah, just a 55-point increase.
Yeah.
Okay. Explain. I want to hear you. So
I mean, that's
let's break. Hold on. Let me give context. If you have a 450 credit score, right? You have a 455 credit score. You got 20 collections, you got 20 late payments, and you got 30 inquiries, right? I literally saw this the other day. So, you have all that, and you just go and spend $60 to remove your inquiries, just the inquiries that got you 55 points, that bumps you from 450 to 500. Is that worth it?
I would take it. I mean, what would be the other option?
Okay. We don't remove the inquiries and we go focus solely on the negative items. Wait. Focus solely focus on the negative items, the late payment and the collections that can raise you 365 points.
Okay. That makes more sense.
I didn't give context. That's my bad. Let me break that. You guys are gonna be like, how the hell did you get those numbers? Okay. Anybody know how FICO score is calculated? Here, this is what somebody was talking about this the other day. This is it. This is how FICO score is calculated. 30. Oh, V. Coach V was talking about this the other day. So 35, 30, 10, 15, 10. So I'm gonna get my calculator out. Let's get my calculator out. All right. What's the highest credit score you guys can have?
50.
Perfect. What's the lowest credit score you guys can have?
300.
There you go. Attaboy, Jack. 550 points. Now, we know out of the 550 available points that you guys can get, give me 1 second. Let me make that a little bit smaller. Out of 550 available points that you can get, okay? Inquiries are a new credit. So 10% of 550 points is 55 points. It's only in the 10. It's only in this one. Credit mix. What's credit mix, guys? What's credit mix?
Mixture of credit cards, loans, installments, mortgages.
Perfect.
I
Great.
guess.
Great, Jake. You hit him. You hit him all on the head. So it's revolving, installment, mortgage. That's what they call it. Real estate, installment, revolving. That's it. That's all it is. All three of those. If you have all three of those, you get that 10% point. 10%, which is the other 55 points. That's only 110 points. Okay. Length of credit history. That means how old your account is. So how old your accounts equal more than the type of account it is and if it's new. Okay. So let's put that into, let's do the 55. Let's start there. Times 0.15 is 82.5 points. You get 30 points, almost 30 more points by just keeping your credit cards open and keeping them proper. Now, age goes in turn with the rest of it. But here's the thing. Amount owed, which we like to say under 30%, and payment history is the biggest thing that we're worried about. So if you can clean up the amount owed and the payment history, you might lose the 15 points over here, but we don't care because we can get these back with an AU. Okay. You're going to get it. So let's see. Let's clean the credit history up because our payment history is just shot to shit at this point, right? So let's take that 550 points and we're going to times that by 0.35. That's 192.5 points. Now let's do that again because we got that. Once I 155 times 0.3, 165, 192 point, was it 5 plus 165? 350 points. So Jasmine, I'm gonna pose this question to you again. Would you spend $60 on inquiries?
No.
It's different when you have the data in front of you. I guarantee you didn't know what that breakdown was just until now, did you?
Correct.
So having that data in front of you and knowing 357 of your 357 points, the 57.5 points is just in that. You want to fix that 357 points and not focus on 55 points. So my thing is always, okay? Always worry about inquiries last. You could do it over the phone. I've done it over the phone. I'm learning how to do this FTC one. Okay, I'll be honest with you. I'm not completely happy about it, but at the end of the day, I'm learning it. I want to learn it to be able to teach it to you guys. But at the end of the day, this is key. This is key. Is getting this to you guys. Excuse me. Getting this to you guys so that you guys understand this completely. Now, let's go back to the software. So, Jay, you and I are
Yes.
going over here. You told me, do you want to do this in the second round? I wouldn't do this until the whole file was clean. Because at
Yeah,
that point,
I got another question with that also.
go for it, baby. Bring it.
Prior to that, you saying like go aggressive, like from the start, but being the or that round one. Now, what if I wanted to go aggressive and just go all green? I mean,
Just go.
is that
Yes,
what would be?
absolutely. But here is the way going all green, bud. Here. The way that you go all green, right, is by knowing what's wrong with the credit file. Here, and this is how you find it out. I just hit next anytime I come into the software. And if you don't believe me, Zyra learned from the first time from me yesterday. Zyra, did I teach you the way that I'm going right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Always start by learning what's wrong with your credit report. The AI reads it for you. Come in here and in the free group, get this sheet. I literally put it in the mastermind. Get this sheet. It's called the checklist for AI or whatever it was. I think it's something like that. Checklist for AI or whatever. Get this sheet. What is this sheet? This is the red, green, and blue boxes. I made this a year ago. Okay. What do? I come in, I grab a Sharpie marker, right? Expo marker. Okay. I got it laminated. I pull it out and I go over here. I click hide positive items on and off, right? I go over here and I start going over each and every one. This is everything that's wrong with the credit profile. So why would I second guess what the system's telling me? This is telling me what it's going to dispute. So I come over here, I hit the first one. What's this? It tells me personal information. I come over here, check it on the box. I go to the next one. What's the next one? Public record. I check it on the box. I go over here. What's the next one? This is an inquiry. I check it on the box because this is all category based. Okay. I'm assuming everything in brown is a category. Yep. Yep. Perfect. That's a bad inquiry. Move on to the next thing. Student, what is that? Student loan? Yep, student loan derogatory late 3+. I got it wrong when I was doing the setup. Okay. Charge off. All of the collection charge off. Let's go to this one. This one's all other derogatory late 3+. Right? Here's the next one. All other delinquencies. Okay. We have that one. We have that one. We have that one. We have that one. We have this one. Okay. Here it go. Over here. I have everything. Here's my checkbox. Here's my checkbox. This is everything that's there. Now, what do? I take my checkbox out. Okay. Take my checkbox out. Okay. I go back over here. I go into blast furnace. I check all in red. And now I'm going to go green. But I'm not going to go green by selecting everything that's there because it's not there. So I go green and I select everything that's in the credit report. Boom, 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 boom. Done. Done. That's it. I count my boxes. 7 times 3 is 21. I move it to my aggression of where I want it to be. Now I'm going to teach you guys something right now. Okay? Say you don't want to go ultra aggressive because you're running a business. Okay? You want to progressively get aggressive. Okay? What I focus on is do 5 for 3 rounds, 4 for 3 rounds, 3 for 2 rounds. Okay? Because that's the best thing that you can do. So now I'm in round 1. I start with 5. Okay? Default. Done. I'm done. I'm done. This is ready to go out. This is perfect. Well, I gotta do the bankruptcy letters, but this is perfect. This is absolutely perfect to go out. There's no issues here. There's no nothing here. This is fire. Now, if I want to go crazy and do the secondary bureaus on the inquiries, and I got to do the bankruptcy, I got to finish the bankruptcy. If I finish all that stuff, right, and all that's completed, that's it. I'm done. If I generated this file right now, this file's good. Now, my team deny you because your bankruptcy is not completed, but it's a thing. I go over here to the bankruptcy. I click the data furnisher. I come over here to the top. I click the data furnisher. I do this. I look over here. Now, best thing to do is, guys, I want to tell you something. Experian is the most detailed because they've been sued the most. Okay? Look here. BK Court, USBK Court, Federal. This is USBK Court, Florida, Orlando. So what I'm looking, that's the bankruptcy court. So I go over here and I look for USBK Court, Florida, Orlando. This is Middle Florida. Now you can see the date things. This is Washington Street, Suite, whatever. 5100. Let's find USBK Court. Florida, Orlando. I know it's not this far down. Yeah, here it is. This is 135 West Central Boulevard, Suite 9. Two different places. I'm going with this one because this is the one that was reported. Okay. Now I go over here. Innovis, LexisNexis, LexisNexis RDM, Factor Trust Appeal Box, Lexis Privacy Manager, CoreLogic, Clarity Services, right? Advanced Resolution, LCI. I'm done. I'm absolutely done. This is finished. I generate this letter, I'm done. I pick the printing and mailing service because you know you guys want to send it to me to make sure it gets done, right? Continue. Boom. Boom. This is generated. I generate this letter, it's completed. So Jay, does that make sense to you? How I went down to greens?
It does.
You should not be disputing in blue. We're not here to shake trees. I am not that stupid walnut shaker machine that shakes the walnuts out of the tree. I'm not that. And neither are you guys. We're here for business. We're here to make money. We're here to get money. We're here to get our lives back in order. And the thing is, by wasting time, that's not our way. That's not my shtick. I don't do that crap. I'm here to get you to where you need to be. And the way that you gotta get to where you need to be is by going aggressive right from the start. Going aggressive right from the start. Do not wait. Jay, you haven't been here. Jasmine and Lou have been here. Let me ask you a question. How much would you pay to fix your credit?
If I had it, I'll pay up to 1,000 if I know it's
Eh,
legit.
You pay up to $1,000 if you had it to fix your credit. That's it?
Well, there's no amount you can put on it because what you can do with credit, no amount. Yeah. I
All
wouldn't
right.
put amount
So
on it
you
because
can
that you get.
you just came back. You just came back. I was about to give it to you, bro. I was about to give it to you. You was about to get it, my man. You
There
was
ain't no
about to
amount you can put on that.
attaboy. That's yes. Okay. Because, okay, so I'll give you guys a perfect example. If I was still in a credit, so beautiful example right now. If I was still in bad credit profile, I couldn't be talking about opening up another business right now. I'm looking to open up another business. I'm going to actually have two people coming into the mastermind group that are going to have two things for investments that are coming in. So guys, be prepared. Okay. I forgot to share this with you guys. Two people that are going to come in with investment opportunities for everybody in the group. Um, one's gonna have like a funding investment idea, which is he just put it together. Everything's legit. It's actually really freaking cool. Um, and the other one is gonna be something similar. Offering you how to get a Toro business started. And rocking out with Toro. So I have people coming in that are gonna be to get people's lives in order because we got to get cash fund flowing quickly. Cannot be waiting over here. We cannot be waiting to make money. So, by doing this, by having these together and growing, you're going to get crazy with this stuff. You're going to get crazy with this stuff. I'm telling you right now. Telling you right now. Be prepared because when the money starts coming and you have the ability, you'll be able to invest in whatever you want. And having your credit is the key. So, Jay, ask me how much I would pay to ask me how much I would pay to fix my credit.
How much would you pay to fix your credit?
Right now, I'd pay $3 million.
Yeah.
Right now, I'd pay $3 million. You know why? Yeah, investment opportunities that it's offered me have been totaled of $3 million. And having good credit to be able to go and get it changed everything. That's why. So don't ever put a number so low on it when you don't realize how much it gives you. A mortgage on today's day and house, the mortgage for today's day and house, the average home price right now is freaking $1 million. $1 million. Imagine that. It's $1 million for a home right now. That's an average cost. How crazy is that shit? How crazy is that shit? I want you guys to really, really think about that. How crazy is that? That the average cost of a house right now is $1 million bones. It's crazy to go into this opportunity. So that's why we go through all of this stuff. That's why we talk about all this stuff. We get through everything over here and we make sure that we have everything that's done and corrected. Because this is why we do these masterminds. This is why we do the talks about utilization. This is why we do the talks about the software and how everything's ran. Because let's be real here. This is you guys getting to that next level. Now, the last piece of this that I want to keep for today, unless we have questions, is make sure you guys know that this job is not time sensitive. It's got to be done in 8 months. No, that's not how this works. If you guys put a time limit on it, it's like it's got to be done in 8 months because I'm buying a house in 8 months. Yeah, I understand you, but the Bureau doesn't care that you're buying a house in 8 months or looking to buy a house in 8 months or looking because your child's coming in 8 months. The Bureau only cares about one thing, making sure the information is reported correctly at all times and proper. Okay? So I want you guys to understand that. Do not put a time on this. If you're ready knee deep in it, stay knee deep. Stay knee deep until the job is done. It's like somebody told me, when you're in the gym, you're already hurting. Might as well just hurt until the job is done. Okay? That's the truth. And then you get to that point where I'm never doing that again, and you'll never screw up your credit ever again. You know how many habitual offenders come back when they don't finish credit repair? They get a little bit of a score bump, they get something removed, they get another credit card, and they come back 6 months later. How many people do you think that happens to? Take a guess, guys.
Like 50% of people?
Wow, Jasmine, great. Yes, that's it. That's it. That's right on the nose. 50% of people that start to fix their credit, get a score bump, right? Go and able to open up a card, usually wind up coming back 6 to 8 months later to get the credit fixed again. Same thing, same profile, same projections happen over and over and over again, and they just stay on the hamster wheel. They never get off the hamster wheel because of exactly this. Exactly what you're going through. They don't understand it. They don't finish the job. Imagine somebody that waited 3 years to fix their credit, what their credit would be like if they excuse me, if they had to wait 3 years to get it fixed. What do you think their credit would be like all the time? Anybody?
Personally, I would just make sure mine is always good or excellent.
But Jasmine, let's rephrase the question. You waited
Mhm.
3 years to fix your credit. Okay? You waited 3 years, constantly attacking over and over and over and over and over again, and finally, 3 years later, the last collection falls off. Finally, you've got an 775 score now. Because at the same time you were building, because we're teaching good building habits. Okay? You were building. You got a 775 score now, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is your mentality towards credit?
That is very sacred.
Very sacred. I love that. That's a great. Actually, I wasn't even going there. You brought it to another level. It is sacred
It's
because you
so
took.
easy to mess up.
It's like an infant. It takes you 9 months to grow an infant, right? And the infant comes out and it's like fragile. One cough, one noise, one thing can hurt them.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with this. So you're going to be more alert to your credit. You're going to be more sensitive to your credit. You're going to look at your credit card. Like, where's my stack? My stack is over here somewhere. You're going to look at your stack, right? As a baby and not as, oh, it's throwaway money. Somebody else's money. I don't give a shit, because this is your money. Because they're going to come for it any which way you turn around. So now that you know that, you're going to treat it differently. You're going to treat it completely differently. But that's the thing. The people who don't ever ride it out and who don't ever learn the proper ways never build to where they need to be. They always wind up falling down. They always wind up falling to a very, very bad position because they just don't have good habits. And I want to tell you something. Credit is not racist. Credit is not misogynistic. Credit is not any word that you can use to describe people. Credit is none of that. Credit will harm you no matter who you are if you let it. Let that sink in, what I just said. It will harm you no matter who you are, okay? With no remorse. No remorse whatsoever. So I want that to always sink into you guys when you guys are going through it. When you're thinking about it, you're like, damn, maybe I shouldn't buy that 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 thing that I don't need. Maybe I should wait and save up a couple extra bucks. Got your play money, save up a little more, boom, you got it, you can go buy it cash. But you buy it cash on your credit card and you pay it immediately. I pay my credit cards off every week. Every week, guaranteed. I don't stop. Every week. My life has also changed where I control my money a little better than having a job. So the other thing to this is always make sure you have the ability to have money coming in, your own money coming in. But that's it. This mastermind was a little different than my normal mastermind. Normally I focus on all the softwares and everything. And today it was focusing on your questions and focusing on you guys and what you guys wanted answered. I know Chris came in with a bunch of questions. I know everybody's always having questions for me and listening to what I have. So this was more of a you guys mastermind. Is there any questions that you guys have that you want me to go over or anything before we shut out for the night? And then I am going to shut out for the night. Lou, questions? I'm going to go down the line. I think Lou left a long time ago.
I'm all
Yeah,
good, Ali. I'm all good. I'll just keep in touch in case I have any questions.
no problem. Thank you, Zyra.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Ali, I'm here. I'm